guys, my name is Janicia and I want to introduce you to my garden. I have a plot in a community garden here in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I've been doing this probably about 2 years now. This is something that brings me so much joy, so much peace. Oh my goodness, the thoughts and the revelations that I get out here is ridiculous. My first year was a complete disaster. I didn't know what I was doing. Nothing was growing. It was just a lot. But my second year, I really was able to study more. I was able to plan and prepare better for my garden. I took more time and attention in my garden. I made sure that I asked questions from my neighbors here in the garden. I just did a lot more preparation as well as mental focus on my garden, and that shifted everything. This year has been so much easier and it's been relaxing. Less of like tilling the garden and more of like, I'm just out here just with my fruits and vegetables, you know, just chilling. It is a perfect day, so I thought, why not give you a tour of my garden? I want to take you through everything that I'm growing right now in this season, and I also want to take you through the goods and the bads and show you that everything is not peaches and cream, but it's beautiful and I love it. So let's get started. So I have 5 rows out here, and I want to take you through the first row. I have a couple of different things growing. A majority of this row is just planted a few days ago. So I have some, what is this? I think this is dinosaur kale. I haven't really labeled everything, so excuse my memory. But yeah, I have some dinosaur kale here, and I cannot wait to eat that because it looks so beautiful. I can't wait to put it in my smoothies and juice it and all that. The rest of this down this row is, I have some, I believe these are collard greens or kale, one of the two, because out here I'm in a community garden and sometimes people have extra seeds and plants, and so they leave it out for other people to take and grow it, whatever they want to do with it. So I took them and they had these very skinny stems, and I don't know, it didn't really have a label, so I just put it in the ground and we'll see what happens. But I also have this Russian kale that is growing. I believe this is Russian kale. 3 of those, and then the rest down here is more of that mystery collard greens or kale. This is looking more like kale and these are looking more like collard greens, so we will see. I also have a couple plants of lettuce. What is this? This is red romaine lettuce that I just planted probably like last week or so. And then on the rest of the row, I have a bunch of different plants that my neighbor gave me, which is giant red cabbage. So these get huge and I am so excited for them. And then I just have a little bok choy back there in the back. All right, so my second row is an onion. I do not know how this onion grew. It's very mysterious and I love it. I planted this onion probably my first year and it didn't grow all summer. Nothing really happened, and then as soon as fall hit, it just started to pop up. So it was just laying dormant underground. So that was a pleasant surprise. I also have this basil plant that is making me so sad because it has died and it smells so good. But this last frost that we had last week, I came out the next day and it was like, it was over. And I used to come out here every day and smell it because basil smells amazing. So I only have like a little bit that's okay. The rest is like dead. So I don't really know what to do with it. I'm just sad. So I haven't even touched it. But yeah, unfortunately, I have that. And then I also have some more lettuce here. And then one of my favorite plants out here is this bok choy. When I tell you this bok choy has produced so much for me, I am amazed. I suggest anybody grow some bok choy because I probably ate off this at least 5 times now, and it's pretty resistant to pests. I probably have a few caterpillars on my other set of bok choy over there, but these are just beautiful. They grow big. You know, if you continue to cut them, they just continue to sprout out more. After a rain, they get really big. They're delicious and juices and smoothies and cooking it down in stir fries and ramen and all kind of stuff. Like, I love this bok choy. I will forever grow it, and I suggest you grow it. Also, I have some, I don't know, I think this is collard greens if I can remember. I have a lot of collard greens here in my plot, and they are kind of growing pretty slow right now. I do need to fertilize, so hopefully that helps out. But yeah, that's growing right now. And then I have some more collard greens that I transplanted not too long ago. One has died right here, as you can tell, so I'll pull that up. And then I just have a whole row of lettuce. And then on my third row, I just have some Brussels sprouts here. As you can tell, this one was a collard green plant that is dead, so I will be pulling that up right now and throwing it away. And then I have some more of that giant red cabbage. As you can tell, I'm really excited about this. My neighbor gave me a lot, so I can't wait for it to grow. Then I just have this row of carrots. I know I planted them very close together. Probably shouldn't have, but they're in the ground now, so it is what it is. But yeah, I was mainly just planning. I planning on thinning out the seeds, but my neighbor told me that they don't transplant well, so I'm just gonna leave them in the ground. If they grow together, they grow together. And then I also have some more collard greens here. As you can tell, collard greens is probably the thing that I grow the most in my garden. But this was an old plant. This plant has been here probably at least 9 months. It kind of got ate up by a lot of pests and caterpillars, so I stripped the leaves off, and it's slowly growing back, but I may have to pull this up too. Then I also have more carrots and collard greens in the middle, but yeah, carrots, they're a little more spaced out than the ones over there. And then the rest of this row is just collard greens. We have a jalapeno pepper plant. Today I'm gonna cut these off to here and then go ahead and freeze them so I can have some jalapenos for the rest of the year. The same with the rest of my pepper plants in here. They're not doing so well with the cold, some of my plants, so I'm gonna go ahead and start freezing these. And then I also have some more bok choy. Yeah, like I said, I'm getting so much out of my bok choy that I'm actually giving it away because I have too much. And that's really the only thing that's ready in my garden at this season. Right now is my bok choy and then my Swiss chard and my peppers is the only thing that I've been eating off of currently, and then also my tomatoes. Also, is something new that I've never grown is this Swiss chard. This is just beautiful. Like, look how delicious this looks. I'm so excited to eat these. I'm particularly juicing right now, so I am going to juice these and put them in my smoothies. Then I also have this bell pepper plant. This is been giving me so many bell peppers. It kind of went through a little bit after this last frost that we had here in Charlotte, so I picked a lot off. But as long as it's not dying, I'm going to keep it. But most gardeners out here have already pulled up their bell pepper plants, but I'm just going to keep it and see what it do. Over here I just have a mixture of salad greens. The pack just literally said salad mix, so it's just some random stuff in here. I really don't even know what this is, so I'm gonna figure that out. But also over here I have some bok choy that obviously was in the pack. I know what that is. And then I put some carrots in between here, and then some more, you know, lettuce and bok choy and lettuce and cabbage and different things. This is a little bit of a struggle row. I have some plants experiencing a lot of, I don't know, frost. As you can see, I'm just pulling off these yellow leaves. That sometimes plants grow yellow leaves and you just pull them off. They're dying, so you don't want the plant to waste energy on leaves that are dead. So just picking them off. This is broccoli. Now, I feel like something's wrong with this because it's bulbing broccoli already, and normally it's a little bigger before it starts growing the broccoli. So I don't know how I feel about that, but I mean, it is what it is. I can't stop it and say stop making broccoli, but you know, we'll see. And then I also have some lettuce right here and another broccoli. I also had some cauliflower down, but they died, so I pulled them up probably like yesterday. And then I have some more lettuce here that I just put down literally yesterday. I put these down. Also, I have some bell peppers that I am probably gonna pull up very soon because they are struggling. I'm not happy about that. And after, like I said, this last frost, it just kind of went crazy, and I guess it's not getting enough water, or I don't know. I thought I've been watering every day. but it's just not working out. So I'm probably gonna pull this up before I pull up the other one behind me. But it is what it is. It makes me kind of sad, but seasons change and we have to let go of plants. I get really connected to plants. I love when they produce, and when they stop producing, I'm like, oh, I won't have that fresh fruit in my house anymore. So if I want bell peppers, you know, over the winter, unless I freeze these, I will have to go to the store. So I also have this pepper plant. I really do not know what type of pepper this is. It's yellow. If you know what type of pepper this is, please leave that down in the comment box, because I have no idea, but I still enjoy it and I still cook with it, so it is what it is. And then over here, I just have a marigold plant that is currently not doing so well. I feel like I keep saying everything is not doing so well, but they are not doing so well. So I don't know, hopefully some fertilizer or something will help them grow again. I'm not really versed in flowers. I deal more with houseplants in my garden, but we'll see what happens with it. Lastly, we just have some more of this giant cabbage, and then some more of this Russian kale, and then I also have this tomato plant that I will be pulling up today because it is overgrown and just old and dying, and it's past that season for these tomatoes here. So I kind of kept it for way too long. I had more tomatoes last week, but they were bitten into. It was just a hot mess, so I need to pull this up and get rid of this. So I got one more tomato that I can keep.